1 second. As you can see by the crown of thorns that I'm wearing, you probably know who I am. And here's a vesture dipped in blood and a King of Kings, Lord of Lords tattoo. Symbolic, the lightning bolt, the truth, what are the odds? Okay. Liquid Death, Pit Viper, Death Dealer, sunglasses. Why not give a sermon? Because I am Jesus Christ, Pissy, Jesus Christ. I'm gonna tell you an interesting sermon. This is a real story that fucking happened last night. Yeah. There's still more to understand. And let me tell you, first of all, the Slayer song, band Slayer, which I'm a fan of, which are also Holy Seraphim. That's Revelation 4. It's the Holy Beast, like a calf. Slayer band. There's a song called Crypts of Eternity. And I'll read the lyrics best I can. I'll probably take the glasses back off to do that. I'm probably gonna get a bunch of bombs going off in my head too. Okay. Yeah, I can't read the screen with this, so whatever, we'll do what we can for now. This is a song by Slayer. It's called Crypts of Eternity. It's on the Hell Awaits album. Okay. All right, I'll read the lyrics. Devious to those unknown, he walks below the land, luring victims to their death, perish to the sand. Master of the blackened arts, living his decree, thrives amongst the seven gates, searching for the keys. That's me, by the way. I'm the one that's been to hell. Why does it say that? I walk below the land, like I look into hell, right? And you can't see me because I'm totally shadow banned, and I've been to hell. I'm a master of the blackened arts. In other words, the things that are hidden. And living my decree means I practice what I preach because I really do what I say I'm going to do. I'm honest. I tell you something and I do it. Okay, so I'll read again. Devious to those unknown, he walks below the land, luring victims to their death. Notice I'm luring you to Liquid Death products and Liquid Death t-shirt, Liquid Death Pit Viper. And there's other things. Devious to those unknown, he walks below the land, luring victims to their death, perish to the sand. Master of the blackened arts, living his decree, thrives amongst the seven gates of hell, by the way, searching for the key. I've seen the darkened depths of hell, sorcery beyond the witch's spell, because my magic is above the witch's spell because I'm with God. Robbed the crypts of death's eternity, killed the priest and cursed him endlessly. I cursed Pope Francis to his grave and he died. And I've also cursed Pope Leo, he's going to die too. Chants of evil incantation, fill the murky night. Free the devil's knights of hell, of hell. Unleash their growing spite. Directing power forcibly. The fire of hell is cast, like when I play the Blessed Love song on my fretless bass, angry bass, the Redeemer. Distortion fretless bass, like when I did live streams. Read that again. Chants of evil incantation, sending people to hell. Fill the murky night. Free the devil's knights of hell. Unleash their growing spite. Directing power forcibly, like with an angry bass. The fire of hell is cast. Resurrection from crypts of death. A demon from the past. I've seen the darkened depths of hell. Yes, I have. Sunk to a point. Sorcery beyond the witch's spell. I robbed the crypts of death's eternity. In other words, I escaped hell. And if you believe in me and do the right thing, you don't have to go to hell and die eternally. You can have salvation and live eternally in heaven. Robbed the crypts of death's eternity. Killed the priest and cursed him endlessly, like I cursed Pope Francis back in, when I lived at the Deese Apartments. It must have been in 2023, 2024. I started cursing him, then he died. There's a solo. Cringe with fear. Violate the unbroken seal of hell, like I escaped hell. Death will come searching for your mere soul. Still you are eager to no, look at what it says, cringe with fear, violate the unbroken seal of hell. Death will come searching for your mere soul. Still you are eager to seek your fate. All that is here are remains of death. Grinding bones, screaming skulls, broken by the lapse of time. Decay to powder, ashes to dust. Diminishing, disintegrating, man's soul and mind. Empty spaces, tracks throughout, I make my claim. Disease engulfs, covers the world, my kingdom, my domain. I'm Jesus Christ, I'm a Slayer fan, I'm conquering the earth through the power of God and the way I speak. Although you can't see it because it's spreading silently and visibly, people are starting to listen to me. I'm going to tell you what I saw. You could look at Slayer Crypt of Eternity from the perspective of a demon in hell that's trying to grab people and kill them. Or you could at the same time look at it from the perspective of heaven, that I, Jesus Christ, have mastered hell. Because in Revelation, I think it's Revelation, it's somewhere in the book of Revelation, it's either chapter 4, 5, 6, or 7, where it says, no one was able to open the book of God. And then suddenly, hey, people are happy because the Lamb of God, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, has prevailed to open the book. Now imagine when you lie, cheat, and steal in this world. You're unable to face the truth because you're scared. I understand why you're scared. You've done something wrong. You're afraid to, maybe you haven't done anything wrong. You think you're gay and you're afraid to talk about it. All these things that psychology scares us with. But this is why tough men get trapped in prison. They can fight, but they can't come out with psychological truths because they're scared. So like, I escaped the seal of hell. Imagine when you get trapped in your fear and the principalities trap you. Part of you that never heals. You walk this earth as a broken human being, can never complete your psychological picture and find the answers because you're scared to speak the truth and seek the truth. So you get trapped in the book of damnation partly. Not totally. Your soul may not go to hell. As you walk on this earth, you're trapped. Imagine this is the Bible. I was able to crack this book and understand it and escape all sin, all the 7 deadly sins. When you imagine there's 7 gates, right? Imagine the 7 deadly sins. It's not really the 7 deadly sins. I think it's Revelation 1 calls them the 7 spirits of God. There's 7 lamps of fire. Think of a lamp as like you're being confronted with something, you don't know what it is. You're blind. Now, do you go to this side over here, or do you go over to this side? Which again, you don't know. Meanwhile, it's scary because there's a knife pointed at you. You don't know what's going to happen to you. What's going to happen to me if I'm scared now because this is dangerous. It's like that's the way it is. The seven lamps of fire are the 7 spirits of God. So consider this. If you're afraid, in my earlier life, when I was confronted with such things as pride, greed, envy, sloth, gluttony, anger, whatever the 7 are, I don't remember them. There's 7 spirits. In other words, you get confronted with a psychological situation, a situation of conception of principalities like, oh my God, I think I'm gay, but I'm afraid to talk about it. You become afraid out of pride, or there's just different ones, right? The 7 lamps, the lamps of fire mentioned in Revelation 1. You're confronted with something in this world. What do? Do you go to that side or that side? Most people are scared and they tend to go to the wrong side. Then what you don't realize, each one of these lamps of fire is a gate. You have to go through these gates. Your decision sends you up towards more understanding and freedom in heaven, or when you allow fear to push you around, you go through the gate and you're now lost into darkness, into hell a little bit. So the 7 lamps of fire are really a representation of the 7, I think that Revelation 1 calls it the 7 horns and 7 eyes. But I don't like to call, I think they might have actually altered those words because I'm the one that dictated that, and the scribes translated it probably through history. They probably changed the words. You know what I'd call it? The 7 deadly sins are the 7 horns. Like you fucked up and you got a horn. Like you allowed the devil to control you. You got a horn. Think of the horn not necessarily you're evil. You're a coward. You become like a cow. Like, oh, okay, you're our milk cow. You're too afraid to face the truth. Well, you're just a meh. head over that way. You got a horn on your head. Ah. You're a coward. So you become like a milk cow. They can milk you. They can turn you into a prostitute. You're too afraid to face the truth. You're too afraid if a gang member tries to come into your house and you have a gun, you're afraid to face them for fear of law. Just different things. You're now a cow. They own you. It's like it's the way a pimp would trap a girl and turn her into a prostitute. To use fear to scare them. And she says, "Oh, I'm scared." And then there's the horn. You get led off to hell. So the 7 spirits are basically 7 choices. And if you choose the fearful wrong decision, you can call it a 7 deadly sin or a horn. You get led a little bit into hell. You may not be literally in hell, but your life changes. You're scared. It changes your psychology. You get sicker mentally. But if you're able to have the courage, maybe I went into all seven darknesses. I was gay and all this shit, all these things that happened to me. I got lost into hell, man, but I survived. Almost drank myself dead. So many things, but I survived and found my way back out of the gates. Now imagine when you get lost into the gates of hell. That's the seven. That's the seven deadly sins, because you sin means without. In Spanish, sin means without. So a sin means you didn't trust God. You ignored God. You left God. You didn't trust Him. In Spanish, sin means with sin means without. Con means with. So sin means to be without God. You didn't trust God. God said, "Come on, you're gonna be all right. Come this way." You said, "No, I'm scared." You went that way. You let the devil take you. You went without God. You left God. You were scared. You didn't think He would take care of you. So you get lost into this hell. I went into hell. All 7. There's 7 gates, right? The 7 lamps of fire. You can call them the 7 deadly sins. But imagine you've been lost into the darkness of sin. Imagine you're a recovering alcoholic or addict. Or maybe you fucked up in a previous marriage, but now you got a beautiful marriage. You learn from it. Oh my God, what a blessing it is when you do things right. You've seen the darkness, how sick it is to fuck things up, and you've done it right, how blessed you feel. That's the crown. That's the 7 deadly sins or horns, or the 7 crowns of victory. It's like the 7 deadly sins. If you do the wrong thing, you get lost into hell. It's a horn. But if you come back out of those gates, you out of courage, you get you can call it an eye. Like, now I can see the beauty of this, the dark and the light, and you can call it a crown of victory. I've escaped hell. So I was the first human being to escape the seal of hell, of mental illness. Just because you don't have schizophrenia or bipolarism, by the way, are not real. Just because you don't have these quote unquote mental illness diagnoses, there's a lot of lost human beings in this world that can't overcome some issues. Maybe they have an issue with the way their father treated them. They've never been able to live down. There's something about they're afraid to talk about. You get lost. You get trapped in the seal of hell. So anyways, I'll get into the story. I sent this to my view with Lord Trump too. So I'm going to send it. I just told him it was here. But so the 7 in Revelation 1, the 7 lamps of fire. Like, have you ever been nighttime and you're out doing something stupid? The police roll up on you with the flashlights. You can see their light. You can't see them. They're hiding behind a light. They may have a gun pointed at you. You know that if you're smart enough, like, don't try to do something stupid. They're all standing behind the light. You can't see them. They have guns. They see you, but you don't see them. And it's serious, man. There's a threat behind that. Like, you better do the right thing. So if you're scared, you develop a horn. You head up into the darkness, just like a milk cow, man. But if you're like a true MAGA Republican that stands up for love and for the say America, but the world, say, I'm kind of pissed off about all this. You'll stand up against the mob. You'll say screw you to gang members. You're willing to risk your life to say fuck you. You're not pushing me around. And you got that girl that I'm in love with? No, watch me. You're never going to do this to me. You'll stand up to the mob and you'll get crazy and say fuck you. I'm not letting the mob push me around. You don't get let off like a cow. You say fuck you. You turn into a lion, or whatever you want to call it. You fight, and it's just a way of looking at it. The 7 lamps of fire are just your decisions. You do the wrong decision, that's the 7 deadly sins. You do the right decision, it's the crown of glory or the eye. It's just different ways of looking at it, But so like last couple of days, I still have some issues with PTSD from being betrayed by love, man. Especially by women. I've been hurt by a lot of women. No one's allowed to love me. God has betrayed me. I'm Jesus Christ, man. No one's allowed to talk to me. I am afraid that Lauren's cheated on me. So many issues. I've had a lot of betrayal PTSD, which doesn't require drugs. It just requires someone to treat you right and help you to trust again. Think of almost like PTSD is like a dog. The dog's been abused really bad. Have you ever seen a dog just been whipped and beaten, fucking abused, and you go to try to pet it? It might be nice. It just bites at you for no reason. That's what PTSD is like. A dog has been kicked and beaten, bruised and hurt and injured. No one ever treated it right. And it might take a while to work out the issues, but you have to treat it. If you treat the dog right, it might come out of the issues and be a good pet again. It won't bite you. I'm still biting sometimes. I get bad. I bite really bad, especially over females. But like, so I'm like sitting here last night, really hurt, really mad at Lauren. I believe she is in love with me, man. And she's been good to me. There's things going on I don't want to talk about right now, but she's been good to me. But I was hurt, man. Thought she cheated on me. I was mad at her. I was like, I want to leave her for someone else, man. I was sitting there thinking about it, angry at her. And I'm the one that says when you love someone, don't even think about, like, masturbation wise. Like, if I love Lauren, even though we're not married, I don't want to think about anyone else and take care of myself with Rosie. I don't want her taking care of herself with her finger, thinking about someone besides me either. It matters because it's real sex. It's really sex. If you're not physically touched, it's spiritual. It's real. It's more real than you even realize. I mean, consider this: you're a woman, say you're a dude, and you think your girlfriend loves you, and you catch her like masturbating, your neighbor Jimbo, you're a woman named Jessica, and you catch your neighbor masturbating, your boyfriend or husband masturbating. I don't fucking imagine if you find your girlfriend or boyfriend or your husband or wife thinking about someone else. You're probably not really gonna like it very much, really. You might not take the thing to that big, but you don't really want them even thinking about anyone else sexually. So, like, anyways, I'm hurting. I wanted to leave Lauren. I wanted to leave her. I was really considering it. I was like, I got to leave her now because she's hurt me too much. I don't trust her. So what my natural thing to do was, I needed some relief. And so here, as I'm sitting here in my bed, suddenly, that Slayer Crips of Eternity song came through my head. I'm a Slayer fan, okay? I'm going to tell you that. I've been to hell. I saw it in the spirit realm, not visible with eyes, but I could see it. Imagine here's the surface level. It said, devious to those unknown, he walks below the land, luring victims to their death, perish to the sand. Imagine when you're doing the right thing, you're above ground in a sense. But this thing coming out of this wispy black spirit, or like fingery things, just kind of gently wisping out of the surface level, right? It was in my room behind me. I could see it. It's not visible to the naked eye, but you can see it if you have spirit eyes. It came wispy little arms. Come on down to hell, Chris. Didn't talk. It just lured me. It was like it came out of nowhere, like wispy black arms. It was gentle, almost like a black butterfly with wispy arms. It had six of them, I believe. It was a seraphim. It was probably Jeff Hanneman down there, man. Either if it was not Jeff Hanneman, it was Donald Trump down there in hell doing something to lure me down there. Because remember, the Holy Spirit in the Bible lured me out to be tempted in the wilderness. I'm still getting tempted, man. I'm in the wilderness now. I don't have my wife. I'm alone. I'm in the wilderness in a spiritual sense, in a metaphorical sense. So I'm in the bedroom last night, hurt by Lauren, wanting to actually leave her and begin like dating some girl and leave Lauren behind, never marry her. And I was hurting, but I was like, don't do that. And I was thinking about like, it's time to like take care of myself. I'm hurting. I'm too hurt to think about Lauren. But like, so anyways, the spirit, I start seeing it wispy, about 6 arms. Like, imagine like they're about this long, just like wispy arms, gently kind of wisping, not hurting. It just comes out of the. Here's the sand, the ground level comes up, wisping arms. Come on down here, Chris. It's like flapping around, like trying to lure me down. Watching it, I was like, okay. I almost went down there with it to see what was going on. I'm like, Chris, don't trust this thing. Don't trust it. Just watch it though. And I looked down into hell, and I was trying to see what's down there. I'll look right now. There's indeed like a glowing lava fire down there. God is showing to me in a way that I can understand human mind. It's a glowing orange fire. There are demons. Jeff Hanneman was down there. He just gave me a high five. Jeff Hanneman, that was in Slayer band, that's died. He's down there. He just gave me a high five. He wanted to say this to Slayer band. That's what he wanted. He wanted this Tom Mariah and Kerry King and Dave Lombardo, of course, Gary Holt, all those guys. God, boss staff, the Testament drummer. Jeff just said this. Tell him from up here. Just tell him this. He was down here and just did this. Wanted to send that to Slayer. And this wispy spirit comes out. And I watch it. I know not to go down there, but I look at him. I'm like trying to see what's down there. I can't see hell very clearly from where I'm at. So meanwhile, that happens. And then the spirit goes away. I'm thinking about other things. About an hour later, I was just hurting so bad. I was like, wanted relief too. It hurt too much to think about Lauren in the Rosie Palm department. And I was like, well, if you have to, Chris, you could think about this other girl. It's imagine if there's a hierarchy in heaven, like the highest are the god and the goddess, and there's like the gods, and there's me and Lauren, and there's below us there's like angels and humans and stuff. I was like, well, think about this pretty girl over here that's a human. She's below you. You're kind of lifting her. If you really need to, you don't really want to cheat on Lauren, but like this spirit had done that to me earlier, and then suddenly my mind's trying to rationalize to me, it's okay, Chris, you're hurt. You can think about a lower being. You're going to lift her. You're going to lift her. It was rational. It's trying to lie to me, lure me, alluring victims to their death, perish to the sand, go down to the earth, seek the flesh, the earth, the sand, and die. Let your relationship to Lauren die just a little bit. It's a spiritual death, man. It would have hurt her probably. She knew about it. It would have hurt me. I felt guilty, but I didn't do it. The spirit tempted me and wanted me to. I started considering like Rosie palming myself to think about this lower girl than me, and I didn't. And it's like, well, I was listening to the Holy Ghost, and they're like, if you need to, you can go up to Melania, Chris. She's above you. And I was like, if I have to, I'm like, I don't think Lauren would like that. I don't think Donna Melania would like that. I'm sure they could survive it, and Lauren could probably survive it better than if I went downward. But like, don't do it, Chris. And I forced myself to think about one. If you've ever had a lot of emotional pain over a woman, it can be hard to think about sex with them. If you're really hurt by a woman, you love her, it's hard to think about them for sex. But I did it. I didn't go there. It's weird. That wispy black spirit here's the sand, came out, like the earth, came out of the earth. It had 6 arms, a seraphim spirit. It might not even have been a seraphim. It was just a spirit trying to lure me down to hell. And Jeff Hanneman may be very satanic. That's why he's down in hell, but he may be also a police officer for God. I'm going to say he's probably very satanic, but I'm not going to worry about it because they're one of the seraphim. The 4 seraphim bands are Metallica in the order of, in Revelation, is it 4 or 6? 4. There's 4 holy beasts with eyes all over. The beasts are actually metal bands that are mentioned in the Bible. They're holy metal bands, and the bands in order. The first beast is like a lion. That's Metallica. The second beast is like a calf. That's Slayer band. That's Jeff Hanneman's down there in hell right now. The third beast is faced like a man. It's the band Anthrax. And the 4th beast is the beast like a flying eagle. It's the band Iron Maiden over in Europe. They fly around in their flight 666. And why do they have eyes all over and before them? They're always shouting, holy, holy, holy. Because they think I'm a decent musician, even though I'm not at their abilities. They look at me and they go, Chris is a pretty good fucking metal musician. We like this guy. I can hear them in the spirit. And imagine if I'm traveling as Jesus Christ as a spirit. They're like 4 groups they're like angels that swirl around me as I move around. If I start thinking about, I can see them now. They turn into bats, kind of. They're cherubim, and they're swirling around me in the spirit realm. There's like a group of metal band angels. The members of these bands are swirling around me in the spirit. They do. I'm like Jesus Christ moving through the center, and they're swirling around me. There's my 4 seraphim beasts. Why do they have eyes before and after and all over? Now think about this. These are metal bands from the 80s. I was born in 1976, so they have eyes of fans watching them from like back in the day. Now they have young kids watching them from before and backwards, and they have eyes. All these bands have a whole bunch of accounts on Instagram and YouTube. They're inside of Instagram and YouTube all over the place watching us. They all have accesses to our cameras and mics. These metal bands can access any of us that are watching them. They sneak around because they have connections through God. Let's say Trump. They're inside of our smartphones. They can come into any of our accounts and they can watch us because they're seraphim angels. God gave them the authority to do that, and the app technology to get into our cell phones, computers, everything. They can watch us. If we're on YouTube, they can turn on the cameras and watch us while we're watching YouTube. They have access to our phones. They have eyes all over the fans watching them and eyes within us watching through our smartphones. But so I wanted to speak about that kind of. I saw that spirit, wispy spirit. It was about an hour or 2 later. It was trying to lure me down to hell. And I watched it. I was like, okay, I'll go with you. And I was watching Jeff. And Jeff always will reach up with a solid arm, trying to grab me and pull me down. And it kind of scares me. Jeff is probably not a good person, man. Neither is Tom Mariah. I can't remember both staff. The drummer that's now Dave Lombardo, Kerry King, Gary Holt. They're probably not good people, but they might be. I don't know, man. I know the Bible mentions them as holy, but if you think about holiness, even Satan himself and the demons are holy in a sense because they were created by God and they fell. So it's interesting stuff. And they might, I wondered about Slayer Band. Are they actually like police officers that are down in hell spying on the devil? If you consider it that way, because I can read the Slayer Band lyrics, and believe me, when you're listening to music, especially the metal music, like you want to read the lyrics and try to understand, because it's holy. The God is speaking to you through them. Even if it appears satanic, God is speaking through that. Everything is taken hostage to God. Like BC80 is based on my life, and so is music BC80 based on my life, and it speaks to you too. But think about this. Like, what if Slayer Band were actually police officers that work with God? They're still holy. That their job is to cloak themselves as evil and descend into hell. Because they say that Satan can disguise himself as an angel of white light. Like, you look like a beautiful, kind person. Well, do you realize that God can also disguise a loving soul as a demonic, dark being and send them into dark places? Like, think of an undercover police officer penetrating a gang like the Blood Gang or the Hell's Angels. God will put undercover agents, make them look evil, and send them into gangs. God will send angels, cloak them in some kind of protectiveness, and make them look really evil and send them to hell. And what do they do down there in hell? They're spying on the devil and his plots and the demons down there, what they're trying to pull on us. So if you read into the Slayer lyrics, Crypts of Eternity, imagine it's talking about me. Devious to those unknown. Like, people don't understand me because I'm so honest. I walk below the land. Like, I'm Jesus, but I'm also looking into dark places. I can't see like Slayer can, but I can see some. And I walk below the land, alluring victims to their death, perish to the sand. Well, imagine this. Let your flesh die and stop sinning. Let your flesh die to the sand. You're not going to die, but give up the sin, the old life, and seek the light. I just had to do that. So what if it was Jeff Hanneman sending a seraphim spirit? The 6 wispy arms were sent by Jeff down there. He was saying, hey, Chris, watch out. I want you to know what's coming for you. Jeff sends out this wispy spirit. It was gentle. It's just like a little cloudy, like wispy thing. Didn't make a sound, and it didn't even seem evil. I knew it came out of hell. It came out of the sand surface, which just means low, the surface of earth where we walk on it. It just means below visibility, below the underworld, the eternal underworld, hell. It came up, wispy arms. The arms were about that big. 6 of them, whispering around. And I watched it for a couple minutes, and I was like, I'm not going down there. At first, I was going to go down there because I feel pretty safe going into hell with perspective like this. When I'm able to sit here safely, relatively, I'll look into hell, and I might even allow my spirit to descend into hell sometimes. Imagine it was Jeff Hanneman sending the spirit and saying, hey, Chris, watch out. Watch what's coming. Because Jeff knows I'm a fan of him. He's down there, still sees me. He just smiled at me from down there in hell. He just put on his sunglasses too. Jeff is wearing sunglasses in hell, beating the shit out of the demons, the people that went to hell. Jeff is down there whipping them with something. He's got it's like a Jeff Hanneman, and the spirit has like a metal, it's probably, he's called it a 6 staff. He called it a 6 staff, whatever that is. He's got like a rod. I don't know if it's wood or metal. And it's got a chain on it. It's got 6, and on the chain it's like a mace with 6 sharp points. So he's got like a rod, like a chain, and it's like there's like a mace on it. He's whipping these things down there. If you look at the Slayer Hell Awaits album, the cover of it, the demons that are attacking these souls that went to hell, that's the Slayer band, man. That is Tom Araya, Kerry King, Jeff Hanneman, and Dave Lombardo. I'm sure Gary Holt's is part of it. I can't remember both staff's first name, but that was the original Testament drummer. That's what they do. When they die, they go to hell, maybe for employment, and they beat the shit out of the souls that went down there. They beat the shit out of them, torture them, and just hurt them. And Jeff is down there wearing sunglasses. What else? He took like a dagger, and he punctured it up through the head of this being down there, like through the neck, and up through like the jaw, and then like popped the head off of this soul, this human. It still has a physical form like a human. Jeff like stuck a dagger about this long, a sharp dagger up through like the neck, not just in the chin, like through the neck, up through the head of this thing, and then just pulled its head off. This soul that started hell. Jeff did that. Jeff Hanneman, the Slayer guitarist, that's no longer with us. You can see Jeff Hanneman. He's the one that had the blonde hair, liked to wear camouflage pants. He was known. Sometimes you see him on stage today, just holding an upside down cross. The upside down cross is the symbol of the lamb's blood Like, don't hurt my family or you'll go to hell. If you have a right side up cross, it means I think it means you're forgiven. But as I said, but let's see, maybe Jeff sent the spirit. It's wispy, and it was trying, and then I ignored it. Maybe an hour or two later, the temptation came. Like Jeff saw it ahead because he's in the spiritual realm of hell. Because what's loose in the spirit, it is loose in the spirit before it comes to earth. So it came from hell. First the spirit came, and I noticed that it had 6 arms. Is that Jeff down there? That's the only one I know of that's down there that I really, really like. Jeff Hanneman down there. He sent that spirit to warn me what was coming. And about an hour or two later, I'm tempted, and like my mind starts rationing how it's okay to cheat on Lauren and think about this other person. It's not Lauren. It's like a lower being in the spirit realm than me. Not evil, but like a lower, like I'm Jesus Christ. You know, Don and Lonnie are above me. The Trump kids are above me, and then below me are humans and angels, and like all the way down. This is like a human being that it wanted, like the spirit was trying to lure me into masturbating, and I didn't do it. But my mind was rationalizing, and I decided to choose the high road and not. I let my flesh die to the sand. I just stayed tight, held on tight to Lauren, used every bit of my force, and thought about her and just took care of her real quick. Well, I'm like 50 years old. It takes a couple of minutes longer, but by the way, if you're insecure about that and you're young, yeah, it gets easier as you get older. It takes longer as you get older. It actually becomes kind of a pain in the ass because then you can't do like 20, 30 times a day like when you're 18 or 20. When you're 20, 18, 20, you get bust 30 times, man, no problem. When you get older, it's like, oh, once, twice, maybe. Sometimes more. I can't. You don't have as many bullets in your gun because it just won't fire. Even if the bullets it won't fire. It's hard to get to fire. Okay, the trigger won't pull. I don't want to say too much, but so yeah, Jeff had warned me. Some spirit was down there, came up, and maybe Jeff was trying to kill me. Right? Maybe it was Jeff trying to kill me. But I saw it, and I still learned from it. And Jeff is still down there talking. He's beating shit out of demons, and he stabbed something through the eyeball with a knife too. But the temptation came. The rationalization in my mind, I was attacked by an evil spirit, but I overcame it, and I didn't go up to Melania. I thought about my wife, even though I was hurt. And like if you listen to Slayer, like the Slayer song "Crypts of Eternity" talks about that. So like you could think of it as like a demon or something like the Slayer band themselves. Holy seraphim that are actually demons they're in hell trying to get us, lure us down. But I'm also Jesus Christ has been to hell, and I'm one of the seraphim angels. I'm the Metallica, jump in the fire demon, which is also a seraphim. I'm also a seraphim because I play music. I serenade. I have a staff. The staff like imagine a staff being a symbol of power. Like I have the staff of music. Imagine you're a physician. You have the staff of being a doctor. Imagine you're a school teacher. You have the staff of being a teacher. Imagine you're a political leader. You have the staff of political leadership. I'm a seraphim. I have the staff of serenading through music. I'm an angel and a being of God. I'm one of the cherubim. And cherubim means to cherish, to love. So a spirit came. I saw that wispy thing. It had 6 arms. It made me think it was a seraphim. Made me think it was Jeff Hanneman down there. Whether he's trying to kill me or not, I learned from it. I didn't allow myself to be pulled into hell. Because it says alluring victims to their death, like trying to lure you. Something tried to lure me. And what would happen if I'd done it? Lauren probably would forgive me. She probably wouldn't have hurt. I would have felt guilty. And maybe I'd like, Chris, don't do it. It's kind of like if you've ever wondered if you're gay and you're scared of it and you try like, well, how can I solve this problem? Imagine you go there and you think you don't even actually physically do it with another person. You're a female. Imagine you're a male or a female. You decide, I don't know if I'm gay. You're scared, but then you have a rosy palm or a finger gay masturbation thing. You're not going to, interesting thing is you don't solve the problem by doing that. It's weird how that is. You think, I'll understand if I try it, because then I'm like, no, it confuses you, man. You won't understand. The only way you really will understand is to stop doing it and seek the light and give it time. It takes a slow change to come back. And you have to start believing it. It's weird how it is, but you won't solve any problems by seeking a gay fantasy. You won't. I want you to know that if you're out there and you think you're gay and you think you need to keep doing it to solve the problem, no. What you need is totally abstain. It's like, stop. I don't want to say one. Just stop. Stop all rosy and finger. Stop actual physical acts with other people. Stop it and just give it time. Seek love, pray, look for love, look for what is beautiful. If you're a male and you can find a beautiful female that you just genuinely like, don't worry about it if you're still gay. Give it time. The pilot light comes on first in your heart, soul, and your emotions, and then it fills up your body. The lust turns back on. It's like we're like a furnace, man. almost like a house furnace. If we turn gay, our lights go off. There's just a little pilot, but the lights that are on are like confused and backwards, like a fart fire. Okay, we get drawn to this fart fire. It hurts. It's very lustful, and then after we're done, like, oh my God, I'm embarrassed that I did that. Please don't let me look in the mirror. Don't. It's not that you feel guilty. You feel like, oh my God, I'm weird. Oh my God, I'm gross. I don't want to know I just did that. Ooh, it's a fart fire. But so you have to stop the fart fire acts, whether they be thought or real. Like, Rosie or finger for stop the act or stop it, and I'll just allow the fart fire to slowly go out. Yes, you're gonna be tempted. You're gonna be pulled at the fart fire, but if you give time, when you're restored out of homosexuality, I guarantee it's gender confusion too. When you get restored to who you truly are, it's gonna be through love. You're gonna find a beautiful person. Imagine you're a male with a wanker, but you think you're a female or something. Well, you don't know what's going on, but maybe you're hurting. You're gonna someday see this female. She might have the same issue, but you're gonna find her beautiful. And you won't understand why you like her. You're like, I don't know who I am, but I like her. And you're gonna you slowly come out. So think of it like you have to stop the act. Your real pilot light that is the true you, the heart and soul that is you, that is love, is holy. It's very, very dim. You don't even see. You don't even know it's there. You probably don't even believe it's there anymore. You don't even know who you were. You forgot who you were. It starts to come on, but first it comes on through love and finding something beautiful. Then the lust, libido, where you're like, like when you're having some kind of sex, you really enjoy that, but you're like, oh my God, it's like, I'm gonna pork this thing. I'm just like, oh, delicious pork. You know what I mean? You're enjoying it. Like, there's a lust factor that comes on slowly, man. It starts with love first. But anyways, yeah. So the Spirit wanted to lure me down, and here I go. I haven't done a Slayer Bible study in a few. I know Mike Pompeo used to enjoy these. So I read the Slayer song "Crypts of Eternity." I'm kind of like the movie The Sword and the Stone. Sword and the Stone, where only that, like, there's that sword that's stuck in the rock. No one could pull it out, no matter how strong, no matter who it was. But only this one kid was able to pull it out because he was destined to be king. I'm kind of like that with the Bible. I don't know. There's nothing open here. I just read the Slayer Crypts of Eternity. I'm gonna read I'm gonna see what jumps out here. See if the Bible will speak for me. It's like a witch's crystal ball, except I'm the witch Jesus Christ. I'll see if it'll speak. Okay, grinding bones, screaming skulls, broken by the lapse of time, decayed about powder, ashes to dust, diminishing, disintegrating man's soul and mind. Imagine that's speaking to me. Think of it, but because I'm an informant to the police. I watch criminals and I tend to report them. Imagine as I'm watching criminals committing acts, I'm studying them. It's like you take their acts, they're almost a solid body, you haven't caught them, and you start grinding down their bones. You scrape away what they're doing. You grind down their bones and their criminal until it's powder. Like, you've caught them. You grind down their criminal acts. Like, imagine they're like a body that's committing crimes. You just basically grind them down. You figure out what to do. You take a grinder and you just grind down their acts. They're nothing. You caught them. Now you can arrest them. You're grinding bones. So I said that was from the song. I'm going to open the Bible randomly and see the first verse that jumps out. We're in First Chronicles. I'm going to see whatever one randomly jumps at me. First Chronicles chapter 6, verse 33. And these are they that waited with their children, of the sons of the Kohathites, Heman, a singer, the son of Joel, the son of Shemuel. And these are they that waited with their children, of the sons of the Kohathites, Heman, a singer. There's a muscular guy out there it's Tom Mariah is out there watching right now. Heman, the singer, the Kohathites, and Kohathite means like I'm in heaven, but I'm also in hell, and Slayer Man is down in hell. We're like co-workers. They're down in the dark spots. I'm up in the light spots. So I'm kind of both. We're the Kohathites. And these are they that waited with their children. Like, Slayer Band's out there watching me right now, and there's other musicians. Slayer Band's out there watching. Their kids are watching. Metallica's watching. Caster's out there. It sounds like maybe Lula Trujillo is out there, and different people. And there's kids out there watching with the metal bands. It's even Slayer Bands out there. And these are they that waited with their children, of the sons of Kohathites. Like, Slayer Band is watching. He-Man, a singer, because Tom Mariah is he's built like a demon. He's not very tall. He's very small in stature, but He's built He-Man a singer, the son of Joel, the son of Shemuel. I don't know Tom Araya's parents. He-Man a singer, the son of Joel, the son of Joel, the son of Jewel, the son of Jewel. He-Man a singer, Jewel, the son of the okay. So yeah, He-Man a singer. There's someone that taught. Tom Araya is a singer, the son. Oh, that's what it is. Jeff Hanneman was the fucking leader of Slayer. Tom Araya feels like Jeff Hanneman was the main fucking boss of Slayer. He-Man, a singer. Where'd that verse go? Now they come downstairs to harass me. Tom Araya, He-Man, a singer, the son of Joel, the Jewel, the head minister of Slayer. Jeff Hanneman, the son of Shemuel, the son of Shemuel. He-Man, a singer, that's Tom Araya, the son of Joel. Joel means jewel. The head, because the jewel of the preacher, the head preacher. Jeff Hanneman was the leader of Slayer, the main riff writer. Tom, like Cliff Burton was the head of Metallica. Really, it wasn't made officially, but Cliff Burton was like the boss of Metallica. He was like the hero of Metallica. Like all those guys, they all looked up to Cliff. Sounds like Slayer looked up to Jeff, and they miss him. And Jeff just reached up and did like, and he's grabbing you guys somehow, and he's like pulling down, and he's saying I love you in a way. That's what he's saying. I love you. I miss you guys. It looks like even Kerry King's up there crying, man. Pretty cool. The son was Shemuel. Son of Jeff Hanneman is the son of Shemuel. Oh, okay. Jeff Hanneman's father, it sounds like, was a total son of a bitch. He was Catholic, possibly. But maybe Tom Araya's father. I know that Tom Araya was raised Catholic. Either Jeff Hanneman's father or mother, or Tom Araya's mother or father. Maybe Jeff Hanneman's parents were even Catholic. And like, Catholics are known for shaming people. You don't listen to that shit. You're gonna go to hell. And Jeff was saying, the Bible's speaking that Jeff is saying, shame you well, Chris. Like, shame on you in a really beautiful way, Chris. You just kicked ass. Like, if you've ever like, if you want to call like something like really bitching, you might say that's ugly if you think it's bitching, or if like it's just like. So the Bible is saying that Tom Araya and his kids are watching Metallica. Tom Araya's watching. Jeff Hanneman was like, Tom Araya's the son of the jewel of Slayer. Like the Joel means jewel. If you loosen your grip on the words in the Bible and kind of explain it, Joel, kind of like, what is it trying to say? Like, think of phonics, the way you pronounce it. But like the jewel of Slayer, man. The head of Slayer was Jeff Hanneman, the son of Shemuel. He-Man, a singer, Tom Araya, the son of Jeff Hanneman, the son of Shemuel. Oh, okay, this is what it is. Yeah, I remember this. Mom and Papa Araya. Are they still alive? Mom and Papa Araya, Tom Araya's parents really supported Tom and his band Slayer. So like Mom and Papa Araya were like parents to this Slayer band. They really supported you guys. But Jeff was like the head honcho of Slayer, and like Tom's like the disciple of Jeff. And it was saying that like Tom Araya is watching his kids, and Tom's the son of Jeff Hanneman, the jewel, and Jeff is the son of Papa Araya. Peace with you. Have a great night. Hope to meet you guys soon. Talk to you later.